Hello friends, welcome back to JK Dentis. Today our topic is Applegate's rule. In the previous lecture we have learned about Kennedy's classification. Now we will see about Applegate's rule. So Applegate has given 8 rules. We will see all the 8 rules one by one. So first rule says classification must follow rather than preceding extraction. So what do you mean by that? If you will see a dental arch, you should first consider or first classify the arch before undergoing any type of extraction. It means you should not precede any extraction. That is rule number 1. Then there is what the rule number 2 says. If the third molar is missing, so if there is no third molar, okay, and is not to be replaced, then it is not considered in the classification. That means we will start our classification from the second molar without considering third molar. So our classification will start from here. That is rule number 2. Now the rule number 3. What the rule number 3 says? It says if the third molar is present and is to be replaced, then it is considered in the classification. That means our classification will start from this area. That is, we will be including the third molar in the classification. It will get easy as we get on all the 8 rules. First try to understand the rules, okay. Now there is rule number 4. What the rule number 4 says? If the second molar is missing and is not to be replaced, that is, this teeth is missing and it is not to be replaced, it is not considered in the classification. That means our classification will start from this. Okay, we will not consider the whole region. That is rule number 4. Now there is rule number 5, and it is the most important rule of Applegate which will help us in determining the classification. The rule number 5, it says the posterior extent. Okay, what it says, the posterior extent determines the classification. What do you mean by the posterior extent? That is, this region will be first considered in determining the classification. For example, if the second molar as well as third molar is missing, you can see all the other teeth are present. So which classification it is? It is class 2. That is unilateral edentulous area to one side with the remaining natural teeth. Okay, can you correlate it? So it is easy. Posterior area will determine the classification. Now we will take another example. Now there are 2 edentulous spaces. Okay, so what our rule number 5 says? Posterior area will determine the classification. So which classification it is? It is Kennedy's class 1. Okay, so this is rule number 5. Another important rule is rule number 6. Rule number 6, what it says? Edentulous areas other than determining the classification are considered as modification space. What do you mean by that? For example, the 2 edentulous areas are present, that is, it is class 1, and there is one more space is present, that is this space. This is also missing, okay. So it is considered as class 1 modification 1. Easy? That is class 1 modification 1. If there is one more teeth missing, this area, it means class 1 modification 2. If the similar case was having teeth here, so there is one edentulous space. So what our rule number 5 says? Posterior most edentulous area will determine the classification. This is class 2 with 2 more spaces with modification 2. Okay, so it's simple. Posterior most will determine the classification, and the areas other than the posterior most determining the classification are modifications. Now we'll see the next rule, that is rule number 7. It says the extent of the modification must be considered and not the number of missing teeth. I'll explain you this. Here there is one teeth missing, and you can see here there is 2 teeth are missing. You should not consider the two missing teeth as modification 2. You should consider it as a whole area rather than two teeth. I'll explain you again. For example, these two teeth are missing here. So it is not considered as a two. The area is not considered as two missing teeth. It is a single area considered in the form of a modification. So not the number of missing teeth must be considered, only the extent of the modification must be considered. I'll give you one example. So in this figure there are two edentulous spaces. So according to the edentulous spaces, it is class 1. And this area is also missing. The lateral incisor as well as the canine. Both the teeth are missing. So it will be considered as modification 1. Along with this, if this premolar is also missing, then it is considered as modification 2. So it's easy. Two edentulous areas with two different modifications. Now the rule number 8. What the rule number 8 says? That class 4 have no modification. That means class 4 will be considered as class 4. There won't be any modification in class 4 cases. Now we'll see one more example. There is one edentulous space here. So what the classification says, posterior most extent determine the classification. As it is the most posterior. Okay. So basically what it is class 3 according to the Kennedy, as there is teeth present anterior as well as posterior to it. Along with this class 3, if there is one more space, then it will be considered as class 3 modification 1. But for example, if the edentulous space, there is one more edentulous space here, okay, the green one is the edentulous space. So there are 3 edentulous spaces, 1, 2, 3. So which class it is? Rule number 5. It says posterior most will determine the classification. So this is class 2 because unilateral edentulous space with modification 2. Now this will not be class 3. It will be class 2 with modification of 2. For example, now these two teeth must be missing. Okay. Now which classification? It will be class 1 with modification 2. So it's easy to understand. You need to use the rule number 5 to determine the classification. Applegate has given this important 8 rules. You have to use all the 8 rules to determine which classification it is. So practice different diagrams to know how to classify and relate it with the Kennedy's classification as well as use Applegate's rule to solve all the diagrams. Okay. I hope you have understood the topic. If you still find it difficult, feel free to ask, feel free to comment in the comment box. Thank you so much. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, press the bell icon and subscribe to my channel.